So interesting. We had a guy on, guys, that was selling tokenized real estate, which it's hard to get my arms and my mind up. Work with people that you trust, obviously, but you want to work with people that are hungry, humble, and smart. If you can get those three things, that's going to be a fantastic team member. I talked a lot about mindset and how to strengthen your mind to be successful. Oftentimes, the best investment is the investment in yourself.
We were in negotiations.
Investing in real estate.
They're winning, they're making money. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Real Estate Educators Podcast, where we provide the education you can build on. I am your host, Kevin Amolsch. This podcast has been so much fun, you guys, and that is a wrap. Season 4 in the books. So here's a quick Season 4 ending solo podcast. My name is Kevin Amolsch, the host again of Real Estate Educators, and I said it's been so much fun because it has. We are interviewing real estate investors, real estate educators, and we're helping educators and helping real estate investors. And I got to tell you, we've been doing a pretty good job. And by we, I mean Danielle. She's been doing a fantastic job of getting us amazing guests. You really saw in season 4 the quality of the guest elevate. These are highly competent investors and educators that we're getting on the show to help you, the beginning or newer real estate investor, or if you're out there providing education to real estate investors, trying to market to them to get some business. We're trying to help you as well. So if you like the guests, please, if you haven't yet, please 5-star review. This is how we help more real estate investors just like you. But if you're interested in being a guest or you know someone who would make a great guest, we are looking for some help filling up season 5. The referrals are way better than just the people that just reach out of the blue to us, or if we're out there trying to find people that we don't know. So if you know someone that would help us out, you can email Danielle at pinefinancialgroup.com. Again, it's pinefinancialgroup.com. So if you're newer to the Real Estate Educators Podcast, there's a couple of different things that we do, I think, that make us different than other real estate podcasts. First, we do a lot of the interview style like you would see with most other podcasts. 30 to 40 minutes, we're interviewing experts. We're really trying to get in their mind to get information that will help you be more successful. But on top of that, we do 2 other things. One, I'm starting to do some solo podcasts. So this will be maybe a 20, 25-minute podcast of one specific lesson, something that I could try to help real estate investors with. So highly content rich, no fluff, just trying to help people make more money. That's really what we're trying to do here. And then we also do the market pulses, which has been a ton of fun. Those are a little longer. You're looking at maybe an hour for those. And we're doing them in 2 different markets right now, both in the Denver metro and in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So if you're in one of those markets, check out the market pulse updates. We do it every quarter where we're just checking in what's going on with values, what's going on with inventory, where are the opportunities. And we're speaking to the experts that are on the ground doing business in those markets. So that's been a lot of fun, and it's cool because I have a co-host with me on those, Justin Cooper here in Denver, and then Sean Bloomquist out in Minnesota. So it's really the 3 of us just chatting about the market and what we're seeing. So I think it's a great episode to listen to in the car or something to get a good idea of what's going on in your specific area as it relates to real estate investors. So be sure to check out the Market Pulse podcasts. So I'm going to go through some of the things that I learned through season 4. Now, again, the quality of the guests really went up, and I'm not going to necessarily call the specific guest out where I learned these little tips and tricks from. I'm going to be a few, but these are just some of the more broad lessons that I thought were really important to highlight here in the closing episode of season 4. So interesting, we had a guy on, guys, that was selling tokenized real estate, which it's hard to get my arms and my mind around that. Like, I understand cryptocurrency, and I've heard that you could buy like crypto art and different kinds of things. But what he's doing is he's fractionalizing real estate, and you could buy in with tokens. Very small investment amount. I don't know that much about it. I thought it was a very interesting guest, and I did learn about it. I'm not convinced that's the investment for me, but I thought it was a kind of a fun little different guest to have on the show. So we learned a little bit about tokenized real estate. One of the things that I really loved, you want to have a buy box. This did come up actually a couple of times. And especially in the market that we're in, we've got to stay disciplined. So build your buy box and buy properties that fit the buy box. One specific advice for one investor was stay at or below the median value for the neighborhood. You don't want to go above median. And so I thought that was a very interesting piece of advice. There's something very tangible, specific that you can get your arms around. So build a buy box and stay below the median, according to him. Work with people that you trust, obviously, but you want to work with people that are hungry, humble, and smart. If you can get those three things, that's going to be a fantastic team member. So when I'm hiring here at Pine Financial, what I'm looking for is that: are you hungry? Are you humble? And are you smart? Are you going to help us improve? And I'm not afraid to hire people smarter than me. You probably realize that when you see my team. They are amazing. We learned one episode about hospitality. This is a little different. Not as different as tokenized real estate, but it is different. So he's running hotels, Nathan St. Cyr. He's just running hotels. And so he talks a lot about the real estate investment side of that. Now, him and I disagreed on this podcast, so that was kind of cool. I told him that it was more of a business play than a real estate play. He did not like that, so he defended his position there. But that was kind of fun to listen to someone who's having a lot of success in hotels. So the hospitality business. Buy Back Your Time. That book came up on several episodes. And maybe it's because I just recently read it. That's probably why. But I thought it was a fantastic book, and it did come up with other guests. They agreed. What a fantastic book. And it's interesting, because of that book, I started looking at, like, what is house management? What's a house manager look like? And instead of a business personal assistant, it's like a personal assistant. And so we ended up bringing in some help in the house, and that's been really cool, freeing up our time, letting us spend more time as a family, more time with the kids. So I got that idea from Buy Back Your Time. College came up a couple of times. Is college a good investment? Yes, no. I mean, there's a big debate here. Is it worth spending all of this money to go get educated for a degree that you may or may not even use? And look, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a real estate investor, you're a real estate educator, you don't necessarily need college education to have a lot of success. I have a degree and I do not use it, right? You start your own business, you don't necessarily need a college degree. So it's kind of fun to hear both sides of that argument. In fact, one of my closest friends, his name is Sean, he disagrees with me on this one. So sometimes we have some fun little debates there on is college a good idea for your kids or not? One of our favorite episodes, and this one Callie agreed with, was Chaz Wolf. And Chaz and I talked a lot about mindset and how to strengthen your mind to be successful, removing the negative thoughts, removing the being hard on yourself. You can't be successful and be hard on yourself. And then he talked a lot about Think and Grow Rich, one of the best books ever written. I do try to read that once a year. I don't always get to it every year, but that's one of those books that needs to be on your shelf, and it needs to be reread multiple times. So Think and Grow Rich. But yeah, if you're going to go back and try to check out an episode of the season, Chaz Wolf was our favorite. Want to be good at getting deals? We talked about how to find deals, how to navigate this challenging market, and it really comes down to being curious. So if you're curious, if you ask good questions to yourself, to your motivated sellers, to your tenant, to whoever, that's how you're going to have the most success. And that comes back to being humble too. You can't be curious and have an ego. Those don't work. Get the ego out of the way. Be curious. That's where true success comes. And success only comes before work in the dictionary. That was a kind of a fun quote that one of the guests said I really liked, so I wrote that down. Oftentimes, and we know this, but I'm just going to say it again, oftentimes the best investment is the investment in yourself. Listening to podcasts like this is an investment. No, you're not paying money for it, but you're investing your time. And there's lots of different podcasts you could be listening to. And you're listening to this one. We thank you for that. It helps out. 5-star review. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what you need to do to be successful. Invest in yourself, both money and time. And then I just wanted to reiterate the theme of the season ended up being very similar to the previous seasons. Every guest agrees with this, you guys. It's who you surround yourself is going to make all the difference in the world. Sometimes it's hard to make a decision to not spend time with someone who once was a great friend because you've gone different paths. If you hang on to certain relationships, it will slow your growth. That sounds super harsh, but everyone agrees the people you surround yourself with and choose to spend your time with is going to be a direct reflection on your overall success. So choose wisely. Hopefully, Pine Financial could be part of that. And you come out and see us at an event, or maybe give us a ring, catch us on the phone. We'd love to connect with you. I try to be available, so you can always reach out to me. I do respond to my own emails. My email address is kevin@pinefinancialgroup.com. So Pine Financial Group is a hard money lender. We raise money from passive real estate investors, and we loan it out to real estate fix and flippers. So if you're an active investor, we have some money we can loan you. If you're looking for something that's pretty safe in the capital stack and very passive, we'd love to help you with that as well. You can get more information about Pine Financial Group at pinefinancialgroup.com. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed season 4, you guys. I'm super excited. We're already starting to shoot episodes for season 5, so that is right around the corner. I hope you come and check us out, and I hope you will give us that 5-star review that I've asked, I think, 3 or 4 times in this episode. So I hope you do that. And with that, I hope you make this day a great one. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. If you did, please be sure to follow and leave us a review. Oh yeah, and tell a friend.